Welcome back.
Good luck out there, Captain. Do us proud.
Today's mission is relatively straightforward if all you're trying to do is get past it according to the objectives set by the developers, and rather painful if you are trying for a clean sweep, to the extent that I actually stopped trying for one.
Well, I guess the Marines have been keeping busy.
That was the first group. Only 50% losses on approach, but they had an easy chance of surprise on their side. Our turn now. Cover us.
What we have here is, once the ships which have been mined by the first group have finished exploding, is 11 Kilrathi capital ships and a dozen marine transports carrying marines with detonation charges, which is to say Omega Squadron. Now, you may think this leaves the possibility of losing a transport if you want a clean sweep, but actually I think the one Hakaga here takes two transports, or at least it certainly does in the novel, and some of the comms traffic suggests that that is the case here too. So, we need to keep all of the transports alive to get a clean sweep, and that's rather difficult because, as you can see, there are Qatari in the mix, and there's also 3 times as many Kilrathi fighters as Confederation ones here.
It ain't as big a target as we'd hoped, but it'll do.
Doesn't help that I occasionally miss with dumbfire missiles. But this does happen every so often, and I didn't want to give you the impression that I could go through a length of time equivalent to the entire LP without missing with a dumbfire.
Give us a minute and we'll blow her.
Because it does happen.
That is well less must worry about. Come on, you're making this too. Don't start with
now, you may have noticed already we've been having several notifications of
docking complete. Damn, I wish it was that damn carrier, but even this thing's worth blowing, I guess.
that. Basically, Marines have docked, and we've lost a single marine transport. We lost Omega 3.
It ain't as big a target as we'd hoped, but it'll do. Wish us luck.
I went through and
one of the escorts. Give us a minute and we'll blow her.
I checked the marine transport communications and what we got, and there's 12 transports in total, and we got docking notifications
Thanks for the escort, Captain.
like
this
that one from Omega 4, from Omegas 1, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11 and 12. We heard that Omega 3 had been destroyed, and Omega 7 said that it was going for the carrier, but nothing further. So that leaves Omegas 2, 6 and 8, which said nothing in the entire mission.
How'd you like that?
So we can add to
Thanks for the escort.
the fact that, as well as you are heavily outnumbered and have to try and protect 12 transports simultaneously, if this was an X-Wing game or something, those transports would have arrived in 3 waves of 4, and this mission would have been much easier, is the fact that apparently some of them don't tell you when they're in trouble or when they've been lost, so you don't even know that your clean sweep is impossible while you're doing it. And as ever, the Kilrathi
Thanks for the escort, Captain. We're taking this
quite into stuff
here. That's one tad heavy. Mission accomplished. The super carrier is history.
That's why I think that you need 2 transports for the super carrier, because Omega 1 reported that destruction, and Omega 7 said it was going for the carrier as well, so I think that may mean both of those were needed to do that.
I'll try not to let it hurt too bad.
So, we're now mostly done with the Kilrathi here. One of the cruisers launched a wave of fighters as it went down, so we're dealing with these Sartha. Fortunately, as has been quite commonly, they don't show much inclination to launch dumbfire missiles. Unsurprisingly, Marines are incapable of giving Space Force pilots any sign of a compliment. That would be silly. There is inter-service rivalry even in the 27th century.
Turn back home now.
So I did think at this point that maybe there were some sabres here, and sabres normally have a pair of torpedoes, so I did wonder if they might be persuadable to torpedo some of the Kilrathi capital ships that were left over. There's only 3 frigates, so that's 1 torpedo each, and I thought at this point that was a torpedo, but it really wasn't, because if a torpedo hits a frigate, it goes up.
The Marines are safe. Everyone, we're pulling out.
Sure thing, Bradshaw.
So I hung around a bit here in case any of the sabres actually did want to launch a torpedo, but that did not appear to be the case, unfortunately. I assume that the reason they do that is so that you can't get over the mission completed hurdle just by torpedoing things. You need to get the Marines in.
Mission accomplished.
That worked out pretty well. You must be pretty glad I came along.
Request clearance to land.
Hey, here's a bit of good news for a change. The Cats now have just 1 supercarrier left in Seoul. If we just push a little harder, we can actually win.
Indeed, though I'm not sure that the inhabitants of Sirius Prime, being dead as they are, would necessarily agree with your definition of victory in this campaign, but the battle for Earth is at least turning anyway. But for now, we have a somewhat wrecked Rapier.
Captain, you made it back alive in that thing?
Though it's only actually half wrecked. And 17 kills isn't a bad performance, given that from the first shot to autopiloting back to the wrecker, I was only there for about 4.5 minutes. Anyway, 75% protection of the Marines on approach. That means that we lost 4 transports, so I'm assuming that was Omega 3, which reported itself dead, and 2, 6 and 8, which, as I say, said nothing the entire mission, which is not particularly helpful. Therefore, we must have had 1, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11 and 12, all of which destroy a ship, and 7 which help 1 with the supercarrier. That gives us the 8 kills we got, and the 3 frigates that survived. Frigates are fairly harmless on their own though, so I think this is almost as good as a clean sweep. Anyway, that concludes this mission, so thank you for watching. I have been Ilanin, this has been Wing Commander Standoff, and I will see you next time for the big damn ending. Yep, that's the name of the mission.